This is Hardy Brute, and today I'll be playing Hive Blight, the demo. An auto-battler similar to The Last Flame, with roguelike elements. Well, let's get it started. So we have two units. We're fighting units that have 10 HP, they attack every second, and they do 2 damage. Seems like we have a tank and a ranged unit. Seems like units take aggro as soon as they hit the board. And you can re-drop them to reacquire aggro. So let's see what happens. Oh, our little archer in the background is taking him out. Our beetle's taking a lot of damage. He had 100 health too. So we got 15 nectar. Ooh, and it healed my units too. So I lost 3 nectar. Just to keep my unit healed. That makes sense. Looks like there's shops, there's treasure chests, there's an ominous presence, which I would assume is elites. So what's in the treasure? Start with 5 per enemy targeting this unit. So 5 armor per target. That sounds pretty good for the beetle. You just drag and drop it on him. Okay. Get another tank, get an area damage, or a ranged attack that heals every time it attacks, but it's only got 0.6 attack speed. Let's get the healing unit for now. I'd like to get the tank as well later. Scaling damage every time he heals sounds pretty good. You can now deploy 1 more unit. So I would assume we're going to get more units than we can deploy. These guys have 50 health and do 4 damage. The other guys have 10 health and do 2 damage. Put my tank in the front, my 2 archers in the back. Put the tank item on the beetle. Ooh, he's starting with 50 armor. That's gonna be huge. The healing doesn't do anything while he has armor, but it's still a nice unit to have. And they ate through the armor. I would like another tank so I can split the damage. Even with his armor shield, he almost died. And if I split the damage too, it's going to make the item we just got worse. And also the way the nectar's working and the way they're healing, it makes it seem like they're going to die. Like if they die, they're gone. But I don't know. Let's try the elite, see what that is like. Ooh, this guy's got 20 HP, 80 armor. Well, it has area damage. Nice, so they're all going to attack my beetle. Except for that one guy, but that doesn't really matter. And there we go. Let's try it out. The guy's losing his shield. Alright, he got destroyed. My beetle's getting destroyed. Is he gonna die? Ooh, my beetle died. And now they're walking over to me. So is my beetle dead? We will find out when I click the nectar. Ah, so he comes back to life. Range units have 0.1 attack speed. Allies gain plus 5 health for every spike they have. The lowest attacking unit gains plus 6 attack. Let's get the 0.1. We got 2 ranged units. Oh, and it costs 5 nectar to revive somebody. Let's get another relic. Plus 3 spike, okay. I guess my tank can do damage before he dies. I can get a tank with spikes. The tank that heals and gains damage, or the soldier ant with area damage. Now let's get the scaling tank. I get another +1 units, okay. There's a relic up top where there's an elite. Let's go to the elites. This guy's ranged area damage. You can see the little attack speed buff. So now I can spread the damage around at least. I can give my main tank the thorns. Put my 2 archers in the back. Now my second tank has 20 less HP, and he doesn't get the armor, so he can't tank nearly as much. But his damage should be scaling. He's up to 18 damage. That's pretty dope. Well, none of these fights have been too crazy. I think I spent less on healing this time. All allies have +1 spike. Ranged units get even more attack speed, so I can get the same relic more than once. That's cool. And +1 to healing effects. I think I'm going to keep taking the attack speed. You only had to pay to heal the beetle. And my buffing tank actually had the highest damage. The beetle has 15, but he attacks really slow. That's decently split. I want the beetle to take a little more damage. Get like 60 or 70% of the damage. 65? And my healing bee heals 3 HP per attack. So the more attack speed I get, the better. My buffer bee died. And the beetle's big chillin'. It's like half dead. I have a lot of nectar too. I hope I get a shop or something. There's no speed up function either, so you can't make the battles go really fast. But they don't take all that long at the moment. So there's ranged units in the back, there's spike guys in the back. Hopefully our buffing bee can live this time. Get a lot of damage going. Although all the range units are attacking him. Oh, it's gonna be close. Yeah, he barely lived. It's up to 18 again. Oh, finally a shop. So everybody gets spikes. On attack, heal another unit for 2. That's really strong. +2 health per damage. When healed, gain armor. Oh. And even more ranged attack speed? Yeah, let's get both of those. Lowest attack speed gets 0.3. Everyone gets spike, and the highest health gets spike. Well, those items are insane. Our team is going to heal so much now. And I can drop the healing on my archer who has the highest attack speed. 2.3 attack speed, and give the shield to my buffer boy. So he's not going to die anymore, and he's just going to get lots and lots of buffs. And then he's going to kill everybody. That's going to be awesome. And my archer's going to be healing all the time. He's got 2.3 times the attack speed of my other bee. Let's see how big he gets. Ooh, there's a shield. He's at 20. He's still taking damage. 30. He's outliving the beetle. Now he's full life. He scaled to 36 damage. Some of these enemies only have 20, 40 health. That's so awesome. I love units that scale like that. One more elite. Fighting some sort of ghost thing. On attack +2 damage. Oh, so he scales too, so I gotta take him out before the rest of them scale. Seems like a pretty good setup. Because most of the aggro's on the right. Put my archers in the back. Yeah, let's see how it plays out. Ooh, they can't even eat through the shield. Oh no, my backline's getting whacked. Good thing they turned right there. Focused on the tank. He's still got the 36 damage. Once he's scaled up, it doesn't matter if my team lives, he's just gonna kill everybody. Allies without equipment gain 0.3 attack speed, gain spike. Allied melee units get +2 damage. I mean, I don't have enough equipment for everybody, so that seems like a good choice. One more relic, and then we get to fight the boss. +2 health based on damage, okay. If that works on buff damage, that the buffer guy is gonna have a lot of health. Let's look at the boss. 600 health. Every unit that dies, he loses 15. Okay, so he spawns a bunch of little units that damage him. But he himself doesn't really do anything. Let's put them on either side. With my archer in the middle. I might lose the little bee, but the archer is the most important unit. So that he can scale up my guy as much as he can. Let's go. Oh, I almost forgot the new item we just got. Let's just slap it on the bee and see if it works. So it raised him to 100 HP. We'll see if it stays like that at the end. My archer's shooting so fast. My beetle's getting wrecked. Ooh, he's still only at 100 health. So it only scales off of base damage. Oh, that fight wasn't so bad. Game is a lot easier now that we have a scaling unit. The introduction is complete. Now you can do clan selection, which is this. So he heals every time he takes damage, but he heals other units. And this guy does overkill. On kill he gains 3 damage, and the overkill is spread out to other enemies. And let's scale back the difficulty. Because even when you lose, the level goes up automatically. So the game just gets harder and harder and harder after each run unless you're paying attention to it. So we got 1 kill unit and 1 tank. Ooh, he's one-shotting those guys. And my healing tank started with a relic that gives people armor whenever he heals them too. He scaled up to 37 damage, wow. Overkill plus execution seems really strong. Let's get another relic. Berserk gives +1 to enemies around them. So that means they don't target you, they're kind of charmed for a little bit. So every ranged attack increases the lowest ally's attack by 1. Overkill whenever you're hit +1. Enemies targeting this unit gain shatter, which means they take increased damage for each stack they have. And then a stack gets lost. We should try that, that sounds interesting. Especially with the overkill mechanic. Be interesting to see how those interact. So now our team is bigger, we can put the butterfly on the moth. Our Ambrosia's healing us. The Paris should be increasing the damage. And Hector should be just killing everybody. So let's put our new item on our tank. So when it hits 50% health, they'll be all charmed for 1 attack. And I thought that moth was a ranged unit. So I need to put him up more front. We have 3 melee units right now. I don't know if that's a good thing. Our tank got destroyed, and our moth almost died. The moth only has 40 HP. And move on to the next fight. Let's put our tank up top. So try to put the moth there and see how the extra damage works out. Although I think my moth is just going to explode. But all the stacks should stay. And then my Hector can start stacking damage. 28, 34, 37. I think that's the highest he's been. And my units were getting shield from the relic we started with. So every time they're healed, they gain a little bit of shield. And my Ambrosia heals every time it gets wounded. So as long as he's living. Berserk, he fully heals any attacks faster. That's kind of cool. Seems like a strong pseudo tank. And this guy starts with spikes. He's another tankish tank that does damage, I guess. He hits all the enemies though. For double his spikes, then he loses his spikes. I'll go fight the elite. And I have 5 units, but I could only play 4. So get my damage boost, my damager, get my healing tank probably. And all 5 of my units are now melee. I don't want Hector to take too much aggro. And Ambrosia should just be getting hit a little bit so that he can heal everybody. That seems fine. The Chungus. I think that thing in the background's the elite. He's gaining attack damage every time he attacks. I think he killed 2 of my units. I think Ambrosia died. So, all allies have spikes. Melee units get +2 damage, that's really good. And +2 doesn't seem like a lot, but almost all my tanks only had 5 damage. Ideally, Hector is going to kill everybody though. Go to his shop. +5 charm and +70 health. +12 health to each unit. When healed, gain shield. Berserk adds charm. When enemies lose charm, they take 3 damage. The lowest attack speed unit gains 0.3, gain 5 HP for each spike. And that's the +2 melee damage again. So we're definitely going to buy that. And now I can't afford anything else. That first item actually was pretty interesting though. You get 70 HP, but you don't do damage for the first 5 hits. And ideally it's a tank, so it doesn't matter. But we're all doing 9s now instead of 5. That's huge. And Hector should be able to get the kills too. He's one-shotting things. And the shield on heal is really nice for my entire team. And the Chungus, I think it has 50 HP. It's got quite a bit. Hector's only got to 29 that time. Did anybody die? Oh, everybody died. That's not good. Harmony set to their damage. He just has 5 spikes. A ranged unit that heals on attack. That's probably the best unit, but we went so hard into melee. Might as well get another melee unit. Allies with Berserk get +25. Highest damage ally without overkill gains overkill. Okay. Does that mean for Hector? Because Hector has execute. Does he also have overkill? Well, let's check him in the next fight. My team is a bunch of tanks, but they're really not that tanky. They just have a lot of health, but even then, they don't have enough health. So he has overkill and execute. So either he gained overkill, which I think he always had it. So that relic might not really do anything for us, since the rest of my team is just a bunch of tanks. But hopefully Hector can still carry. That last hit by Hector really clutched it. We barely beat that one. So inflict 2 shatter after Berserk. If you're next to 3 allies, get 0.2 attack speed. Execute also applies 4 shatter to the highest health unit. Those are all sorta good. I think the attack speed's really easy for us, because all of our units are melee, so they're all going to be standing next to one another. So let's get a new unit. Scale attack damage or heal on hit. Let's get the heal on hit. Let's look at the relic. Tempo +1. So you get +1 attack damage every 4 hits. Interesting. None of these really. I guess Lyra. And now I have too many units. I'm not really sure why they gave me so many right at the end. So I guess I'll get rid of Lyra. I already played with her once. And this is the same boss from Act 1, or the tutorial. So far it hasn't been any different. I think I got to see more units, but we could have just rolled different units this time. And this boss was really easy with a healing team. So we'll see if the overkill can do just as good. Give him the tempo item. It seems like a good boss for the overkill. And now all my units are getting the 0.3 attack speed. Or they should. I don't know, it doesn't show up as the attack speed though. I'm just gonna assume it works though. So Hector's doing 14 now, 20, 27, 30. It's 49. He's scaling. 65, 69, 74, then they all died from the overkill. He's at 80 damage. Dang, Hector. That's pretty awesome. So now we're going to go on to Act 2. 30 health, 6 damage, 0.2 attack speed. That's a little bit of everything. 0.5 attack speed. I gain 80 nectar. At the start of the next chapter, gain 1 random level 3 unit. So units can have levels? And this is Act 2. That Chungus has 100 health. So they might have a little more health or stats. My parries. My moth. So Hector has boosted stats now. Although all the units have more health and damage now. Except for mine. See if that Bright Crawler has 20 HP. Still wasn't that bad. 25 nectar. 2 of my tanks died though. Let's get the relic. On attack, take away 3 damage and +1 to all allies. That's interesting. So this elite grants attack speed to a single unit, 0.1 attack speed every time it attacks. And it's the little fairy thing over there. I found it a few times and lost, so I'm going to try one more time. My team's just not tanky enough. Restarting a fight you lost also isn't a good idea, because you could just lose again and lose another life. See, might as well just move on. My butterfly just instantly dies. Hector's living, but yeah, the rest of the units are all dead. Because after the fight, you can choose to retry it, or you can just pay 20 nectar to leave. Ooh, so you can draft a unit, or you can evolve a unit. What does that do? So his skill actually upgrades slightly. He gets more damage, a little bit more health. His skill goes to 3 heal and 90. I'm going to upgrade the tank. The issue we have is not living, so if he can heal the team enough so that they live, then Hector can scale to infinity. I'm a little disappointed though. I figured they would get new abilities, or they'd combine or something with evolution. Or they'd become something completely different. So we get one more unit now. I don't think that's gonna make a difference though. But let's see how this fight goes. It's gonna be our last fight. If we lose. We got the healing bee now too. So maybe that'll keep our team alive. So let's see how it goes. So Ambrosia's healing a bit, and he's dead. And my moth is dead. And Hector's dead. The spike guy lived the longest. Yeah, that was a massive defeat. Well, that was Hive Blight. It is currently a demo, so I'm sure they are balancing it and adding more units. So it'll be interesting to see how this game evolves. Alright, well, later.